So some of the tests are intestinal permeability testing. So what happens is you drink a solution that contains lactulose and mannitol. And the mannitol is absorbed easily through the gut, but the lactulose should not be. And we measure those two items in the urine because basically the lactulose should not be absorbed. It shouldn't leak into your body, in other words. It should just come right out through the urine. So if we see increased amounts of lactulose in the urine, we know that it's not being absorbed into the body. If we see decreased amounts, then that tells us there's a problem and that it's leaking into the body, and that's why it's not coming out in the urine. And that's one of the ways we can diagnose leaky gut. Another way is by measuring what's called zonulin. Zonulin is kind of the glue that's in those tight junctions that keeps that barrier integrity stable so things don't leak through. So increased zonulin levels are an indication of a leaky gut as well. We can see other signs in stool testing. So we have advanced stool testing that we do where if we see increased amounts of what's called secretory IgA, that would be indirect evidence of a leaky gut. And also if we see metabolic disturbances in the good bacteria, that can be an indication of leaky gut. And also an inflammatory marker called calprotectin that we can test for in the stool. If that's increased, then the suspicion of a leaky gut begins to increase. So again, we want to look for the root causes of a leaky gut. We can also check for toxins and see if you're exposed to a lot of household toxins and food toxins, and that can help you to eliminate those from your home and your diet. And then, of course, you want to detoxify the gastrointestinal system before you seal the gut or treat the leaky gut. So you really have to do a very comprehensive assessment, which is fairly easy to do with the advanced testing that's available today. So you don't want to just treat a leaky gut not knowing what caused it. So you want to make sure, hey, did toxins cause this? Did an infection cause this? Do I not have enough enzymes being produced in my body? Or do I have low acid counts? Or is my good bacterial count off? And once you know those things, you can come up with a much more comprehensive treatment plan that will address all the underlying factors so that when you do go and seal the gut, which is the treatment for a leaky gut, it stays sealed, and then the body can regenerate itself. So we know that the gastrointestinal system regenerates itself every 5 days. It is one of the most rapidly regenerating systems in the body. But if it doesn't have the tools to regenerate itself, it won't, right? So if you're missing a lot of these items that the body needs to function, it's not going to regenerate itself properly. And although you're getting new cells every 5 days, they're going to be just as damaged as the cells that they replaced. We know that stem cells perform this function. And so if those stem cells are not healthy, you can't regenerate your gastrointestinal system. Stem cells are very delicate. Even things like Motrin, anti-inflammatory products, and steroids like prednisone kill stem cells. So there's no way you're going to be able to regenerate the gut if you don't look at those things and eliminate them from the diet as well. So it's really important to take a really good look with some really solid testing so that you know exactly what to do. So once this is diagnosed and treated now, well, how do you get the gut to repair itself? What is it that you're supposed to do? The first thing, of course, is to clean up the diet. That's number one, is to really look at what are you eating, what needs to be eliminated, what needs to be increased. And some of the things we know that are important are, of course, clean food, as much organic food as possible, a ton of water to get toxins out of the body is really important. Really good fresh spring water is really critical. So that's number one. Make sure you're really well hydrated and really look at the diet critically. You want to make sure that you have enough what are called insoluble fibers in your diet. The reason for that is because they're considered prebiotics. And prebiotics help support the good bacteria so that they can help and form that symbiotic relationship with the body. If you don't have really good bacteria, the good bacteria there working for you, it's really hard to recover gut function. So it's important that you give them their fertilizer, so to speak, and their food. So prebiotics are really important. Some examples would be inulin, psyllium, oat bran, beta-glucans, so what we call galacto-oligosaccharides or GOS, and fructo-oligosaccharides. So some of the foods you'll find these things in are dandelion greens, chicory, oats, green plantains, and green bananas. So once they ripen, you no longer get the benefit. So they have to be green. So you probably want to cook those. You can't. It's hard to eat those raw. And then also raw onions and raw garlic are considered prebiotics. Also in the literature, you'll find white potatoes that are cooked but then cooled, and they're structurally altered so that the good bacteria will digest them instead of you. And then also white rice cooked and cooled also has the same characteristics. So getting really good prebiotics in the diet is really important. And then adding to this, of course, really clean, organic, green leafy vegetables, very bright-colored vegetables. In TCM theory, root vegetables are really important for gastrointestinal health, things like beets, yams, yucca. Root vegetables are really a critical part of gut health in traditional Chinese medicine, as are what they call juke, or soups, stews, and porridges. The gastrointestinal system likes to be warm. It likes to have things that are pretty easy to digest and healthy. And so in traditional Chinese medicine, especially in the cooler months, you'll see a lot of soups, a lot of stews and porridges, and they often cook them for 24 hours. They're cooked for a really, really long time because that gives them more of a warming effect. It makes them easier to digest. And that turns out that it's really healthy for the gastrointestinal system. So lots of soups and stews I highly recommend to a lot of my clients. And this will help kind of feed the gastrointestinal system, feed the good bacteria, so that you have a much more comprehensive treatment plan that's based in food. You are what you eat, and we keep proving that to ourselves over and over again. And then lifestyle factors. So we know that stress is the root of all evil, and so leaky gut is no different. Stress is being increasingly implicated as a cause of leaky gut, whether it be psychological, physical. And this relationship is extremely well known in traditional Chinese medicine, where stress can impact many, many organ systems, the gastrointestinal system being a very vulnerable system to stress. So it's important for stress management to be part of any lifestyle plan where you're treating leaky gut. And again, I'm a big fan of the HeartMath Institute. They have a quick 3-minute breathing exercise that you can learn to do using biofeedback, and that really helps you to see that the breathing technique is actually physiologically working. So we can all sit and breathe and do deep breathing exercises, but I've been really kind of shocked to see that when you put someone on a biofeedback machine, even though they're breathing or they think they're breathing appropriately, the body is not responding, and that's important to know. So biofeedback really gives us a tool to help us to see if we're really getting down to the level of the subconscious to really make those significant changes that we're looking for. So I love the HeartMath biofeedback tool that you can just plug into your phone as you do the breathing technique, and you can actually see if your body is physiologically responding and if you're really getting down to the subconscious to truly manage stress. And the data on HeartMath is very, very encouraging and shows that you can really build resiliency to stress. And I believe that that's going to be increasingly important for chronic disease management and elimination moving forward in our society. So we're getting ready for our next commercial break. Again, thanks for listening. I'd love to hear from you. Please give us a call at area code 833-220-1200. That's 833-220-1200. You can visit us at riobeintegrativemedicine.com if you want to learn more. Riobe is spelled R-I-O-B-E. We're right here on Dream Vision 7 Radio. Thanks for listening. We'll be right back.
Are you currently working as a medium or would like to work as a medium? Join world-renowned spirit medium Lisa Williams this May for Platform Mediumship, a 5-day workshop at Omega Institute. You'll learn to host your own psychic demonstrations, strengthen your connection to spirit, and gain the confidence you need to deliver messages to groups and larger audiences. For 20% off, mention discount code DREAM when you register for Platform Mediumship at Omega in Rhinebeck, New York. Learn more at eomega.org.
What if dreams can diagnose your life? What if we can meet the love of our life in dreams? Join host Kat O'Keefe Canavas, the #1 internationally best-selling author of Dreams That Can Save Your Life, written with Duke University medical doctor Larry Burke. Dreaming Healing is where we'll explore dreams, research, and interpret dreams from you, the caller. Dreaming Healing shows can be heard every Tuesday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Eastern, with live shows on the first and third evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific Time on syndicated Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. Come live your dreams out loud with Kat.
Omega Institute, offering workshops, retreats, and online learning dedicated to awakening the best in the human spirit. With more than 40 years at the forefront of holistic studies, Omega is known the world over as a trusted source for integrated approaches to personal growth and social change. Located in Rhinebeck, New York, just 90 miles north of New York City, Omega's natural environment and quiet pace allow for extraordinary experiences to unfold. Learn more at eomega.org or call 877-944-2002. Again, 877-944-2002.
Are you a game changer? Do you care about creating a vibrant future for humanity planet? If you care, you'll choose to engage in strategic action in order to transform the realities of today for generating a thriving planet. Find out how you can do this. Read the award-winning book, Radical Transformational Leadership by Dr. Monica Sharma. This book is a systemic exploration of how to work with and transform the interlocking circumstances contributing to the complex problems we're facing. There's a chance of achieving a world that manifests peace, equity, and well-being for everyone. And this work offers the readers the creative ways and means of contributing to such a world-changing agenda.
This is Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.
Welcome back to Awaken to Wellness with Mylène Riobe, MD, right here on Dream Vision 7 Radio. I'm your host, Dr. Mylène, and thank you for joining me today. We're talking about leaky gut. Does your gut leak like a sieve? How to tell and what you can do about it. So we were talking about diet changes to treat leaky gut. We were talking about prebiotics. And then, of course, the cornerstone of healthy eating, lots of vegetables, including root vegetables, as organic as possible. Some really clean protein sources are important. And then just, again, making sure that you diagnose any significant nutrient deficits so that you can supplement appropriately. And again, if you were diagnosed with low enzyme counts, you'll want to take digestive enzymes. If you were diagnosed with low stomach acidity, you'll want to take, betaine, hydrochloric acid before your meals until there's evidence that you no longer need those things. So what we're hoping for is that the gut heals and gets better. But we don't know that unless we repeat the testing. So once we repeat the testing, we'll have an idea of what we can take away from the treatment plan moving forward. But the important thing is that your gut works. So whether it requires treatment and supplementation or whether it's working on its own is not as important as the fact that it actually works, so that you're able to absorb, detox. The good bacteria are doing their thousands of different jobs that they do for us unimpeded. And that's how we maintain health. Specific leaky gut treatment, glutamine is a nutrient